open up that Crystal Pepsi and get comfortable. This is Dope Nostalgia.
Check this out. 266 episodes of Dope Nostalgia Podcast starts now. I'm Naomi, your host. And our special guest today is a bass player in another huge band from Sweden. His name, Magnus Sveningsson. The band, the Cardigans. What an honor. I feel very, very happy about having this conversation with Magnus. Great guy. Lots of cool stories to tell. And man, they were an incredible band and they still are to this day. He's still in the band. They're still doing their thing. Here's some information on the Cardigans. Wikipedia moment.
Please bear in mind that Wikipedia can be edited by anyone at any time. If I'm reading you the artist's bio, then you know it's information straight from the source.
The Cardigans are a Swedish band formed in Jönköping. I don't think I'm saying this right. Jönköping, Sweden, in 1992. The main lineup of the band consisted of guitarist Peter Svensson, bassist Magnus Sveningsson, drummer Bengt Lagerberg, keyboardist Lars Olof Johansson, and lead singer Nina Persson. Post-hiatus shows since 2012 have been with Oscar Humblebo on guitar instead of Svensson. With their debut album, Emmerdale, in '94, they gained a solid base in their home country and enjoyed some success abroad, especially in Japan. Their second album, Life, in 1995, secured them an international reputation. Their popularity rose when their single Lovefool from the album First Band on the Moon in 1996 was included in the soundtrack to the 1996 film Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes. Other singles included Erase, Rewind, and my favorite game from the album Gran Turismo in 1998. After a 2-year hiatus, the band returned to recording and released their fifth album, Long Gone Before Daylight. That was 2003, and it was a mellower, country-flavored record. Their latest album, as of July 2024, is Super Extra Gravity, but that was in 2005. Now, after a 2006 tour, the band took a 5-year break from musical activities before reuniting in 2012. They have sold over 15 million albums worldwide. How they got together? Peter and Magnus, both heavy metal musicians, formed the group in October 31st, 1992 in Sweden with drummer Bengt, guitarist Matthias, and lead singer Nina Persson. Living together in a small apartment, the Cardigans recorded a demo tape with Persson providing lead vocals on only one of the songs towards the end of the track list. A&R man Ola Hermansson heard the demo and signed the band to his Trampoline imprint. While recording their first album in 1993, Helfheim left. That's Matthias Helfheim, and was replaced by Lagerberg's friend Lars Olof Johansson, who remained in the band ever since. Now, when we talk about Lovefool, the song was huge. It shot them to stardom. It was also featured in the film Cruel Intentions in 1999 as well. In 1997, the band played themselves in an episode of Beverly Hills 90210 as the featured entertainment at their college graduation party hosted by Kelly Taylor's dad. The band performed Lovefool and Been It. Their song Carnival was featured in the 1997 film Austin Powers, and the band was also asked to submit the theme song for the James Bond film Tomorrow Never Dies, but rejected the request due to exhaustion that would be exacerbated by the potential added workload. Nina has called her decision to turn down the offer one of my biggest mistakes. But that's okay. They have had an awesome career, and it's been an honor to chat with the bassist of the Cardigans. Welcome, Magnus Sveningsson, to Dope Nostalgia. Well, here we go. Welcome, Magnus, the talented bassist of the Cardigans. We don't get enough bassists on the show.
That's a shame. Because we are the fundament where the band rests upon.
The backbone.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are.
I know you.
We are a special breed.
Bass players are amazing. Tell me about your metal roots, because I know you're a rocker. Where did your love for metal come from?
Actually, when me and my daughter, she's 20, we just had dinner before I went out and walked the dog, and we watched a live video of Whitesnake together, uh, talking about metal, hair metal.
Mm.
Uh, but I was a metalhead or hard rock kid when up until I was like 16 or something like that.
Mm.
And I'm born 72, so in the mid 80s, it was, at least in Sweden, it was easier because either you were a hard rocker or you were into synth pop.
One
And
or
then
the other.
yeah, and then there might be one odd, reggae fan, but basically there are two tribes.
Hmm.
And I was into Deep Purple, Thin Lizzy, and that kind of stuff. Um, Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction was the last hard rock album that I bought and enjoyed, and then I went into The Cure and Sisters of Mercy and that kind of stuff instead, and Britpop.
Mm.
But for sure, I do have my roots in that kind of hard rock. So I enjoyed watching that hair metal show with my daughter,
Yeah.
even though it's really tacky. And I said to her that, okay, this was recorded in 87, and just 2 years after Nirvana came and blew all the hair metal away. And she nodded and said, yeah. She could see that, it was the peak hair metal era,
It was
right before.
like a cleansing of the rock palette.
I think the cleansing, it needs to be cleansed once in a while. And I think the grunge movement killed all the hair metal for good.
Hmm.
But it's still fun, it's
I still love
tacky
it.
and it's done, and it's fun.
And I still love the bands who survived that era, like Bon Jovi, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I can totally relate to it as well.
Hmm.
It's just that when I was like 16, 17, I also needed some kind of cleansing, and I thought it was kind of, it wasn't really intellectual, and I wanted to be someone else. So, I started the high school and got new friends, and we moved into the city from the suburb, and I really eagerly wanted to become someone else. And then eventually I met Peter, the guitar player of the Cardigans, and the two of us together, we discovered so much music, he was also a metalhead, and he also wanted to get away from it. So
Mm.
to reinvent ourselves, we discovered a lot of mainly British music together in the early 90s.
And you immediately started playing and writing together?
Yes, it was actually a friend of a friend that put us together. We're not from the same town, so there was actually like a blind date. I took the bus to the place where he was working, a record store. I think he was only 16 and I was 18. And but our mutual friend thought that we could, maybe we can do something together. And yeah, we clicked at once and started to make music together, play in a different band. But him and I were always the driving forces, so to speak,
Mm.
battling each other, and always very competitive, but always very focused. And we had our rock dreams or pop dreams, escaping from the city we came from, and looking up a lot to bands like the Stone Roses, the Smiths, Ride. The Cure was always the most important band in my life. So the escapism of living in a quite conservative, middle-sized town in Sweden, you just have to get away from there.
Mm.
I think it's the same in Canada,
Everybody
Sweden.
wants to get out of their small town and discover
Yeah,
more.
Sweden and Canada, we are so alike. So I'm sure there are thousands and thousands of people in, minor cities that are just dying to get away and move to Vancouver or, at Toronto or New York or whatever.
Hmm. It's
Get away.
true.
Town, conservative life.
But the sheer size of this country makes it difficult to travel it and see it all too, right?
Well,
That adds a little extra
I think that
trouble.
it goes for Canada and Sweden. I guess going from Nova Scotia to Vancouver is quite of a drive, and for going from in Sweden to the north is also quite a drive. It would take you more than 4 hours to go from south to north by car.
Have you made that trek?
Never been driving, no. But
No.
we have played there's a mining town in the north of Sweden called Kiruna, which is maybe 2 hours drive north of the Arctic Circle.
Yeah.
So we played there at the festival in the summertime, and of course the sun was up at night. So we played at 1, and it was just like afternoon light.
That's incredible.
I haven't been driving, no, but it's really north. And we played in Norway, even further north, in Tromsø, which is the most northern city in Norway. And the summers there are really amazing with the midnight sun. It's crazy.
It's so beautiful. And the Northern Lights that a lot of the world can't see, but we get to.
I actually haven't seen the Northern Lights because you can only see them in winter, of course. Because
you don't get to see them?
Well, don't really get to see them here down south. I would have to go up north in the wintertime, and I haven't been skiing for quite a long time, so there's no reason for me to go up there really. But the people going up to ski resorts now would probably have really, really cool aurora borealis, I would think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you get it in Edmonton?
We do. We do.
Yeah.
It's not a regular occurrence, but when it happens, it's very vivid. It's very, very beautiful. So,
but you would have to go up to Yukon territory, right, to see it for real.
To see it intensely, yes, I believe, or the Northwest Territories for sure. Yeah.
Here comes the Siamese. He's the first one to say hello to you.
Oh, hello. A true Siamese.
This is Morris. He's a bit of a pain in the ass, actually. But occasionally he's nice, but sometimes he bites.
They're like that. I have 2 cats myself.
What kind? What breed?
Domestic short hair. I can open the door because they probably want to come in. So
yeah, just bring them in.
Okay. So I'm sure they'll pop in here from time to time.
Yes.
But yeah, I just usually I don't let them in the interview in case it's distracting, but they're so cute. It's fine.
Yeah. We both like to be distracted.
That's right.
Yeah.
What were some of the influence of other huge Swedish acts on the band? Some of the big stars like ABBA, Roxette. What was that like for you? Their success like for you?
We formed a band in '92, and we were always sure of, writing songs in English and singing in English. So I think Swedish artists have been helped a lot by the success of ABBA and Roxette, for sure, no doubt. So, when we came about and released our first record, even though no one maybe mentioned those bands really, but we had I think it's easier for Swedish bands to get recognition at record labels in the US, for instance, because there has been successes from other bands, and we have helped other bands. I think Sweden is the 3rd or 4th biggest music nation in the world,
as it should be. The songwriting is incredible,
and that we're just 10 million people.
Mm-hmm.
So we helped a lot of bands coming on, like not because we helped them, but just like our name opened doors for artists like Robin or Lykke Li and what have you. So pay it forward, I guess. But we weren't interested in this Swedish music scene back in the 90s, because apart from Roxette, a lot of it was sung in Swedish, and we really didn't want to be part of that. It was like, mainstream artists being influenced by Prince or whatever, and
Yeah.
Swedish, and there was we weren't interested in that, or the Swedish Bryan Adams or what have you,
Hmm.
So we were really focused on our influences were mainly British, and then when we started to record music here in Malmö, we got to know the people who run the studio and got to borrow their instruments, and they were all vintage instruments from the 60s, basically, or 70s. So we added that vintage sound to our palette and got more influences, got to know more about old music. But I guess that's the beauty of being a young person, that you might listen to Stone Roses before you discover the Beatles.
It's true.
And that can be okay, because Stone Roses is here now, and to see Fool's Gold and all these songs on MTV is really, really cool, because you're self part of the movement, but then you discover what influenced these bands, and that's enriching, but maybe doesn't maybe give you the same kind of emotional feeling, sort of, because it's in the past.
That's true.
Now Morris is destroying things here. Yeah.
Oh, look who's here.
Oh,
This is Milo.
oh, I love the orange cats.
Yeah, he's got brown eyes too instead of green. They're very cute.
Beautiful.
But yeah, and like you said, what I like is when you discover an artist later in their career, but it's still new to you, and then you go into their back catalog and discover everything they've already done.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I've actually been thinking of right now to listen to Patti Smith's catalog, because I just know Because Tonight. Stop biting, Maurice, please. Because I haven't really been listening to Patti Smith at all. She is a big hero to a lot of friends of mine. A lot of female musicians in Sweden have her as the biggest influence ever. But I never really paid attention, but I do respect her, and I feel like maybe it's time to buy some of the records and spend a weekend listening to her music.
Do you collect vinyl?
Yes.
Yeah.
Badly, yeah. So, but it's nice to know that there are artists with great catalogs waiting for me. There's always still stuff to discover.
That's true.
That's the beauty, I think. Don't you agree?
I agree. And I love discovering the older music just as much as the new. In fact, I'm happier usually listening to older music and finding it.
Me too. Totally.
The song Lovefool featured on not only Romeo and Juliet, the movie, but Cruel Intentions, the movie as well. You have had a lot of success with the US soundtracks.
Yeah, and it was just pure accident, I think. I remember we were, this is a long time ago. I think this is 29 years ago. But from what I remember, we were in the studio here in Malmö recording that record, First Man on the Moon. And we got a phone call, or maybe a fax, from the director, Baz Luhrmann, who I think he's Australian, and he heard the single from the previous record called Carnival, and that was a really big hit in Asia. It's still our biggest hit in Asia.
Carnival's amazing.
Yeah, that came out in 95. And for some reason, he really, really loved it. And he wondered if we had a song for his new movie, which was going to be Romeo and Juliet. And we're like, yeah, maybe. So we sent a ballad first, which he liked, but it wasn't the right thing for him. And then we sent Lovefool, and he said, thank you. We never met. I have never seen the movie. We were never invited to any premieres. It just happened. But I think that's the benefit of being on a big label, that once the wheels start turning, they have the muscles to make it really, really big.
Exactly.
And what our participation was we toured a lot in the US. We spent a lot of time. We were always a lot of times in Canada. so we did, we dug. We were doing, I think, around 100 shows that year. A lot of them on the North American continent. Then I guess the labels kept on spinning, the radio stations, and it made that song really, really big. Someone said it was the biggest song of '97 in the entire North America, which is totally mental.
It's pretty impressive.
It's totally mental. It's totally mental.
It's a song that's also still played today, and this generation of kids knows it.
Yeah, and there are like videos of Beyonce and her sisters singing to it when they're 12 years old in their kitchen.
Yeah.
And now she's the biggest pop star in the world.
I have a 20-year-old friend.
Yeah.
Her name's Felicia, and she just came to me this week, and she said to me, I have the song Carnival stuck in my head all the time. She's like, it's so good. She just loves it, and she wanted to tell me. So Felicia absolutely loves it,
It's damn catchy. I totally agree.
Yeah.
And we do play it now again. It's really fun. I really like playing it. And like we played in Japan this fall at Tokyo in Osaka, and we played a lot of old songs from the mid-90s, which we haven't played for 30 years. And people just went berserk. And it was so much fun to see those people, revisiting their youth. What happened, the first time they saw us back in '95 playing these songs. It's really a gift, I feel blessed. We all felt blessed of traveling around the world. Even though I've been to Japan many, many times, I just came to think about it like, this is weird. We're on the other side of the world. 5,000 people bought tickets for our show. They know all the lyrics.
Yeah.
And we get to play, and we get to make money. And, as a spare time job, it's pretty awesome.
And getting to meet all those people that you're like, how did you find our music? It's amazing.
Yeah, well, it's just, I think it's difficult. Like 10 years ago, we played at the Swedish festival, and I got to meet some of the members of The Cure backstage.
Oh,
and I told them, like, without you guys, the Cardigans would never exist. And they're like, oh, no. You don't have to say that. They were very polite and sweet. But it's true. But they couldn't understand what impact their music had, and I can't understand what impact the Cardigans had on people. Sorry, my wife just came home. Hey, Yetta. She's recording me right now.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Hello from Canada.
First one. Yeah, my wife is recording me right now. And Maurice. Here comes Jenny. Here's Naomi.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Maurice is a bitch. Yeah, so anyway, we played live now for 13 years after having a break, not with Peter, the guitar player, but with another guitar player. And it's like we get to have our band as a hobby again. It used to be our work, our job for a long time, and now it's just a hobby, and it's damn nice not having to do a lot of, I hate photo sessions and I hate making videos because it makes me very conscious. Being in the studio for half a year isn't that much fun either. Right. And now we just play live, and we do occasional interviews like this one, but mainly we just play live and send an invoice, and it's beautiful.
Well, it's wonderful when it's something you're passionate about again, just like when you started,
Yeah, and I think we're happy. We haven't really had problems with abuse, or we've never been fighting that much. Of course, if you work together for 33 years, it's almost like your sibling,
Yeah.
You got each other's trigger point. Ah, here comes another cat.
Yes, this is Luna, the sister.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Luna. Of course, you have triggers, in between each other, but we just play this summer. This year, we're going to have like 12 shows, which is actually quite a lot. It shows that the 90s is having a revival right now
It
because
is.
we're getting worse. But 12 shows in a year isn't that bad, really. It's quite nice. So we cherry pick the festivals. We get, well paid, and we don't really, all of us have spare time, spare time jobs, and we do this as a hobby. It's great.
No, I'm happy for you guys that you have that in your career, and that's, like for fun now. I think that's a wonderful thing. And nostalgia is fun too. You get to play with all those other artists that also, inspired so many people in their youth.
Yeah, 2 years ago we played in California on that. It was like a retro fest. I can't remember the name of it, but like it was us, and we were probably one of the younger bands, because then it was like Devo, Human League, New Order, Tears for Fears, B-52s. So it was like older generation, but there was a really big thing down in Orange County on the beach of the Pacific, and there were like at least 40,000 people there. It was a really, really big festival, and people liked it. And we don't mind being a nostalgic act as long as we can perform really well. We can be proud of what we are delivering on stage.
Yeah, and you should always be proud of what got you to where you are,
Not necessarily understand the impact, but at least, being straight back and being proud of what we do, and always take it seriously. And, we never drink before the shows, and take it seriously, and we're committed.
You were on Beverly Hills 90210 in 1997.
We were.
What was that experience like for you? Now, you don't like making music videos, so how do you feel about making TV?
It was weird. What we did was, touring, playing a lot of clubs. So I remember that night before we played in Minneapolis, and then we flew overnight to LA. And for some reason, I don't think we slept very much, but you were young and you went, you could run on adrenaline, I guess, or whatever, or youth spirit, teen spirit.
Yes.
And then someone took us to the location, and we ended up in one of these big trailers, and we met Jason Priestley and one of the female actors, I can't remember her name, who asked for autographs. And then we had our instruments, and we pretended to play at, I think, Donna's graduation party or something like that. And it was just weird. Is Jason Priestley Canadian?
Yes, he's from Vancouver.
Because the only thing he was talking to, he wanted to try out the drum set, which he could, and he talked about Rush. Because they were never cool, especially not in the mid-90s. But he was cool. But he liked Rush, and he wanted to play the drums. So it was really surreal. But I'm never comfortable in front of the camera, and I'm really happy that I didn't have to have any lines in the TV series like Peter and Nina had. Freak out. So I would happy to just be the bass player than being further away from the cameras.
Another reason why bassists are awesome.
Because no one asks you to talk in front of the camera. I'm actually very chatty for being a bass player, but that day I kept my mouth shut. Happily.
Is there an album track that you wish would have been a single?
We were always, the record company and us, we always agreed on which songs were going to be singles. We never have had any fights ever about it, not over those 6 records we made. But I would rather put it like I wish more people discovered the album tracks rather than, I don't know if Lovefool has 750 million streams on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it's our most important song. And it's the song that has meant a lot to a lot of people. But it's not the most meaningful song, of course. And I wish people would listen to album tracks, or like the Long Gone Before Daylight record we made in 2002, which has a lot of, enormous amount of depth compared to Lovefool.
I was going to talk about that album next, actually. It almost has like the country flavor to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been trying to change the sound and the style and the aesthetics from each record. And I think that record was a big step away from Gran Turismo, which was dark and Radiohead-esque. And then Nina made her solo record, A Camp, which was quite a little bit countryish. And we all urged her to bring that part into the Cardigans. She learned to sort of play the harmonica. And we bring the harmonica. We can use it on some song. She was the one who discovered more of the country music. So bring in those influences as well, because if we're going to make a new album, we have to do something that is relevant to us now. And Lasse and Bengt, for instance, they've always been huge fans of Neil Young. We all wanted to make like a 70s sounding record, like the Paul Simon, Fleetwood Mac kind of records. But I don't think we understood how difficult it was. Like, for instance, Rumors is very, very simple, but it sounds so damn good for a reason, because it's so well produced. And all the same thing with the Paul Simon solo records. These players are seriously really, really good. And it took us 9 months to complete that record. And it, a lot of money and a lot of time. But it's still our proudest moment, for sure. That's the record we all are the most content with.
I should share a clip off that album. I'll do that on the show. That'll be nice.
Yeah, like my favorite song of us of all time is the last song called 03:45 No Sleep.
Okay.
And we don't get to play it very often because it's a lullaby, and we used to do it as the very last song, but then we realized that people maybe wanted to rock out the last track, not being put to sleep. There's so many beautiful ballads on that record. And we also decided that the singles, For What It's Worth and You're the Storm, we decided not to do them streamlined for singles because they would stand out too much. So we treated them like normal songs that would fit the album, not the radio airplay. Which was commercially maybe a bad thing. We could have made them more efficient, those songs, but they had to be, they had to fit within the rest of the songs. And I had that kind of moved and not rush things. So, a lot of songs are quite long, and it took time before, the intros could be longer. You had to wait until, you had to be patient for that record. Almost like a Cure album, not rush to things. But we're all very, very proud of that record. It took a long time and it was difficult, but we managed.
It's way too late to think of someone I would call now. The neon signs got tired, red-eye flights held the stars out. I'm safe in a corner, just hours before me. I'm waking with the roaches. The world has surrendered. I'm dating ancient ghosts, the ones I made friends with. The comfort of fireflies, long gone before daylight. And if I had one wish fulfilled tonight, I'd ask for the sun to never rise. If God lent his voice to me to speak, I'd say go to bed, world.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hello, listeners. It has been such an experience doing this show for the last 5+ years, but it gets expensive. If you didn't know, there's a lot of costs that go into making a podcast. That's why we have our Patreon page, patreon.com/dope nostalgia. That's where you can go and subscribe, get all the extra details, bonus videos, and early podcast release for as little as $1 a month. Please subscribe today and help support one of your favorite podcasts.
I'm Dale Baker of Sixpence None the Richer, and you are listening to the Dope Nostalgia Podcast.
What's up, everyone? This is Eric, and I'm one of the hosts of Somewhere in Time podcast. Somewhere in Time is a podcast that takes a look back at hard rock and metal albums celebrating milestone anniversaries. Join me, Tim, Joe, and Keith as we travel back to the 90s, 80s, and 70s and revisit albums we grew up with, but also albums that we may have missed or our guests may have recommended. A new episode of our podcast is released every 2 weeks and can be found on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. We're also on YouTube at Somewhere in Time Podcast. Visit somewhereintimepodcast.com to learn more about our podcast. All of our episodes are streaming here, dating back to 2018, as well as links to our Facebook and Instagram pages. We have a lot of love for all things rock and metal, so give us a listen and get caught somewhere in time.
The ride, don't need a reason why. Everything's alright. The world goes round and round, but some things never change.
Easy boy.
Be careful and drive safely.
Spread
me about your solo project, Righteous Boy.
I actually have another one. I've been making 6 records with my solo project called Rå, which is, I'm going to show you the arm right now.
Oh,
It's R,
yes.
A with a dot, and A with a dot, which is
Okay.
instrumental music. That makes more sense because that's what I'm working on right now.
Oh, good. Okay.
The Righteous Boy is more than 20 years old, and it's something that's in the past and should be buried in a deep layer of mud.
Fair enough.
Yes. So the last let's say 8 years, I've been doing instrumental music, quite electronic, but also with influences from African music and dub and stuff. Yeah, quite mellow. I can send you links to I don't have Spotify because I think the Swedish owner is a dickhead. But Apple, so I can send you a link.
Sure, I would love that.
Yeah, it's a big part of my life to be, making my own music with my own band, my own project.
Are you doing any live shows with this project, or is it strictly recordings?
A few, yeah. I'm gonna do a few this summer, and we've made a few. The latest record was sort of influenced by disco, like Donna Summer. So we played a few shows this autumn, but mainly in the surroundings around here because driving to Stockholm takes 7 hours, and yeah, it's just Stockholm is great if you want to go to Finland. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a capital, but it's a long drive up there, and I just feel too old, sort of. But it's interesting to have both my own band, where we still rent a small Toyota minivan, and then have Cardigans where we fly to, next month we're going to fly to Mexico and Santiago, Buenos Aires, and Bogota.
Oh, wow.
So it's two worlds.
You picked a good month to go.
Sorry?
Should be nice and warm for you. So you picked a good month to go on that
Yeah, I
tour.
heard it's 30 degrees down in Santiago, so that's going to be nice because February in Sweden is not the ideal month, really. No.
No, it's been around minus 25 to in the last couple of weeks here. Christmas was very, very cold. So we're finally back up to
you're talking Celsius.
Celsius. Yes. Yeah. We talk Celsius here. So yeah,
good.
We actually understand each other. That's good. Yeah.
Yes.
-5 right now. So much better.
Yeah. It's about the same here. Yeah. Minus 25. That's grim. It's really grim.
But plus wind chill.
What is Edmonton like?
Edmonton is dry, so the cold doesn't get to your bones like it does where it's humid, but it's still it can be kind of a bleak winter, but our summers are really nice.
Yeah.
Lots of festivals.
So how many % hockey is it in Edmonton?
Everyone loves hockey.
Yeah,
everyone loves the Oilers.
Yeah, of course. Good.
Yes, and Sweden did very well in the World Juniors.
I missed all the games, but I realized they won, and I'm very happy for them.
Yes.
I don't know. They played in Minneapolis, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Next year, it's going to be here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But the Canadians were disappointed, I guess.
Bronze is okay.
Okay, yeah.
We'll take a bronze. It's fine.
Yeah. Are you sure everyone's happy with that?
We're going to be all right. We'll make it through.
Yeah. I think hockey is the only time when the rest of the world dislike Canada. Because you're sons of bitches when it comes to hockey. You're ruthless on the ice. Otherwise, you're one of the nicest countries in the world. But in hockey, no.
And some of the greatest players in the NHL come from Sweden.
Yes. Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's
But of
nice.
course, we are very nice and well mannered and always, yeah, within the boundaries, of course, always.
I wanted to wrap things up with a couple of 90s related questions for you. I always like to ask people about their influences then. What were your favorite magazines you read in that era?
Sweden had really good music press back then. At the moment, we have nothing. But of course, the influence of British. Hey, Siggy, here comes the other cat.
Oh, good.
Our one-eyed Oriental.
Oh, hi.
Her name is Siggy.
How old are they?
1.5. She's very tiny and
Just
more.
babies.
Yeah, but Sweden had a really good music. Sorry. There were a few really good Swedish music magazines back in the 90s. Now we have none. It's really, really difficult now to get any reviews whatsoever. There are no music papers left. But back then, even the evening papers had, a lot of pages for pop music or pop art, and then there were music magazines as well in Sweden. You can always get Melody Maker and New Musical Express, Uncut, of course, Mojo. These magazines you can still get them, but that's a big shift. That it's with the streaming. I don't know why, but there's so many behaviors that have changed in the consumer market. So no one is willing to pay for a music magazine anymore, it seems. There are a few blogs, but right now it's the only way to break a record in Sweden is to try to get to Spotify into their playlists.
Right.
Everyone is trying the same thing, and there are some really good record stores here in Malmö, so you can always get recommendations. And of course, you're friends with the people who work there, and they would recommend stuff for you, like it used to be back in the days. But there's no way really to pick up the music magazine and read reviews and be interested in records unless you buy Uncut and Mojo. And that's sad, I think. It's a big difference.
Obviously, the physical media isn't there, but...
Hold 1 second.
Okay.
You're going to meet our biggest member of the animal community.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Hello.
This is Benny.
Benny. Can Benny hear me?
He's a French bulldog.
Hi, Benny. I wonder if he can hear me.
And here's one of your cats as well.
Oh, he's beautiful.
Yeah, he's Papa's boy.
But yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, now you met the entire crew here.
Like the physical media is gone, but a lot of the publications, they're barely even online anymore.
No, but I guess the vinyl thing is big in Canada as well, isn't it?
Yes. I've started collecting.
Yeah.
I'm probably at about 35 records right now, just in the beginning of it, but it's a pricey habit.
It is a pricey habit for sure. Yeah. But I actually prefer buying old records, not the new ones. So go to thrift stores and secondhand stores as well, where the records have had someone, previous owner and some history. But what stuff do you buy?
All my favorite pop rock albums that I grew up on. That's where I start. Is recollecting the albums I grew up on.
So what's that?
The Bon Jovi, the band Extreme. Do you remember the band Extreme?
Yeah.
So I got Porno Graffiti and 3 Sides to Every Story. I got a bunch of Bryan Adams records. And my favorite pop stuff like New Kids on the Block,
But those records shouldn't be impossible to find them secondhand for a quite good price, don't you think?
The stores that we have here that sell them secondhand, a lot of them they make sure, like, first of all, that there's no skips on the records, no scratches, pristine condition, but they can be $50 on average for an old record, depending on the quality.
Have you got yourself a Discogs account yet?
Yes, I've used it.
Discogs is good for you.
Do you subscribe to the albums you're looking for so you get the email when there's one available for purchase?
Yeah, I put things in my want list if they're odd things. Yeah, for sure. It's more fun to find records in a store for sure, but once in a while, I think it's worth it. And you know, like they say in that movie, Sideways, don't drink and dial. You remember that? You know,
Yes.
maybe, you know, drinking and being on Discogs really late is a habit that I'm guilty of for sure.
Have you collected The Cure, all the vinyl?
Yes, well, up until '89,
Mm-hmm.
and then a lot of bootlegs and stuff. But then, like, I guess, you know, some weeks I'm into The Cure, and then the next week I'm into African stuff or reggae or singer-songwriter or, you know, pop, you know, whatever it could be, or country. So that's where Discogs is really great, because you get the records even though you do miss out on the thrill of finding it in a record store. But
The treasure hunt.
yeah, the treasure hunt. Yeah. I look upon it like picking mushrooms in the woods. You know, it's both a sport and a relaxation. You have to look, you know, and it's also relaxing to be in the forest, but it's also a sport to find those damn mushrooms. And it's the same with record stores in secondhand bins.
Oh, it's such an incredible feeling when you find the ones you were like not expecting, but you know you wanted.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful hobby, and you know, it doesn't hurt anyone except your own economy.
Exactly.
But,
yeah. I encourage people to get into it and find yourself a good record player, not one of those cheap Crossleys that might damage your records.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got two of these Technics 1210, the DJ records, and a mixer. So I can have my own DJ sessions at home if I wanted to.
Very nice.
It's actually quite nice to have your own DJ setup at home.
What goals lie ahead for you for 2026?
Well, like I said, we're going to Mexico, Chile, Argentina, and Colombia in February. And then we're going to play a few shows in Scandinavia like we normally do. We're also going to China in this summer. So all in all, like 12 Cardigans shows, which is quite a lot. So that's great. Yeah. And then today I work at the school, so today was the first day after the winter break. I got to see my students again, so that's nice.
Oh, wonderful.
So normal life is back today. I had to screw my head on to because it's been off during the winter break, of course. But yeah, so back to normal life again.
Are you a teacher?
I teach a small group of teenage kids with ADD, ADHD, or autistic spectrum. The kids who can't really stand a normal classroom. Right. So they have helped with focus, concentration, get started, you know, finish, those kind of things. They had trouble with starting up on a project and finishing the project and giving it to the teacher. And so I feel like an old tractor sometimes. I mean, pulling them through all the things they had to do. but they're really sweet kids. I really love them.
That's
So
wonderful.
that's
I have
what
an
I do.
autistic nephew, and that's a beautiful thing for him to have that in his school.
Is
Yeah.
he high
He.
function?
He's high functioning, yeah,
Yeah,
very much so.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's nice. I've been working at that school for almost 15 years. So the kids that I teach now, they're 14, 15, and some of them I've known since they were 6.
Ah,
Because I used to work at the, not kindergarten, but after school care. And when you've known kids for that long, your body's for life, and
yeah.
makes teaching a lot easier because we're mates, we're buddies.
It's an important bond. Yes.
It's a lot, it's a really important bond, and I also feel blessed to make a difference for these kids. Some of them had troubles with anxiety and not going to school because they felt odd or whatever, and to see them come back to school and actually getting grades and possibly quite hopefully getting into high school, it's really wonderful. And the parents, they love me because they see their kids blossom and to actually have some kind of future. Because I think it must be really horrible to be a parent with a kid sitting home with too much anxiety to go to school and not being able to help themselves, but just being stuck with anxiety and angst. Must be so fucking horrible.
I'm really inspired by what you do. That's wonderful.
Thank.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice. I love being with kids.
Thank you so much, Magnus, for being on the show today. I hope you had fun.
I had fun. I hope I did good.
You did great.
Actually, I started my own podcast. I haven't broadcasted yet, but I made my first episode.
Ooh, you're nice.
Where the idea is I have colleagues in other bands that I adore, and I talk to them about the songs from their catalog that I adore, and try to get some recollections of their memories of those songs. So it's actually like me talking to my former idols, now friends. So there are going to be a few of them in English. I'm going to talk to my friend Amber from Black Mountain in Vancouver. I don't know if you're aware of them. Do you know Black Mountain?
No.
The band?
No, I don't.
Stoner rock band from Vancouver, and the singer Amber is a friend of mine. I just had a conversation with the drummer Al from Tindersticks, a band from the UK. And I'm going to talk to Matt, the bass player from Lamb Shop from Nashville. And then a lot of Swedish artists as well. So I'll be trying doing the same thing you do. See how it goes.
I should play one of your new songs. Newer songs from your from Raw.
Oh yeah, yes.
That's what I mean.
That I can recommend. Yeah, yes.
Sure.
Yeah, you might like it. It's not like Whitesnake. It's much more mellow than hair metal, but hopefully you like it. Some records are really mellow, and some, like the latest one, has some I Love to Love sassiness to it. So yeah, see if you like it.
I will love to listen to it, and I'll probably play like one older Cardigan song as well, like just the clips. But yeah, thank you.
Yes,
Thank
you're
you.
so welcome. Now, sorry for dragging this over the weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks.
I don't mind at all. It's whenever you're ready. So yeah, I'll keep in touch, and then I'd love to help promote your podcast as well.
When it's done.
When you're ready.
Yeah, when I'm ready. I have to edit first and ask for permission from the Swedish Songwriting Association and so on and so forth. But I will get there. I promise.
Excellent.
And you can check out Black Mountain from Vancouver.
Okay.
Good
Sounds
stuff.
Good.
Yes. Take care. Really nice talking to you.
You too. Have a wonderful
Yes.
rest of your day or
Thank
evening.
you so much. And likewise. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You can follow Dope Nostalgia on Instagram at dope_nostalgia and YouTube at Dope Nostalgia Podcast. Call and leave a message on our voicemail toll free. The number is 1-888-741-9192.
This podcast is licensed by SOCAN because we believe that artists should be paid for their work. Hey friends. I kind of miss getting those messages on my answering machine like we used to back in the day. What I'd really love is to hear from you, the listeners of Dope Nostalgia. This is your chance to be on the show, giving feedback, telling us what you love, what you hate, and who you'd like to see more of. Call us at our new toll-free number, 1-888-741-9192. Leave us some feedback. your message could be played on the show. So give us a call, 1-888-741-9192, toll free.